All right.
We are live. Hola, hola, hola,
Hola.
hola. Muy buenas tardes a todos. Estamos... Sí, ya por ahí vemos los comentarios. Bueno, antes de nada, para todas esas personas que no nos conocen, yo soy Débora Ruiz.
Y yo soy Obi Uche.
Y bienvenidos a nuestro canal OD Tales. So I'm gonna start giving an introduction in Spanish and then Obi will continue in English. Bueno, primero, antes de todo, antes de comenzar, daros las gracias a todas las personas que estáis aquí viéndonos, apoyándonos. Este es nuestro primer en vivo, así que bueno, también igualmente de antemano pedir disculpas por si hay algún pequeño problemilla por falta de experiencia. Esperemos que todo salga muy bien. Y hoy es, como ya he dicho, primer en vivo de nuestras conversaciones mixtas, mixed conversations. Hoy tenemos a nuestra primera familia de Estados Unidos y queremos aclarar que cuando hablamos de conversaciones mixtas entran ahí ya sean parejas que comparten colores diferentes o que son de nacionalidades diferentes, idiomas diferentes, no solo por el color de piel, ¿ya? Hay diferentes categorías. Hoy tenemos, como he dicho, a esta familia de Estados Unidos, así que esta primera conversación va a ser en inglés. Para todas esas personas que hablan inglés perfecto, puede que haya otros que entiendan el inglés, pero no son tan fluidos. Si tenéis preguntas y tal vez no os atrevéis a ponerlas en inglés, las podéis poner en español y nosotros nos encargamos de traducir las preguntas a ellos, a Pulver Family, y os traducimos la respuesta. Igualmente, adelantar que vamos a tener futuras conversaciones que van a ser en español. ¿Ya? Vamos a tener de todo, vamos a intentar tener un poquito de todo. Y nada, eso es todo por mi parte, así que a partir de ahora vamos con inglés, ¿ok?
Yeah, okay, guys. So thank you very much for joining us. If this is your first time here, our channel is called OD Tales, and this is actually the first section we're having with this new category called a mixed conversation. So basically, with mixed conversation, we intend to imply relations, interracial relationships, or relationship where you have the couple speaking two different languages or from two different nationalities. So basically, we're going to have
different religions. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, anything you can think of, regarding mix in as the word says. So basically, that's what this segment is all about, and we're very lucky and fortunate to have this wonderful, beautiful couple here, the Pulver Family. And so, without I just want to introduce them first of all, and then we can start. Like Deborah said, this conversation is going to be in English because they're from the US and they don't speak Spanish. But we're going to have more conversation with other couples in the future. Hopefully, they speak Spanish for our Spanish audience. All right, so let's give our introduction. Let's give a welcome to the Pulver Family. All right. All right. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello, Giovanni.
So Pulver, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, we're the Pulver family. We are originally from New York. We moved down to the South because my husband decided to get a job here. So we're actually, been here for 4 years, kind of making our life here. Hopefully we can move closer to family, but right now we're doing as much as we can here, enjoying each other, especially with what's going on with COVID and everything like that. That's all we can do is just enjoy our time and everything like that.
Oh, that's good. I think Deborah and I were wondering why the Pulver. What's the meaning behind that? Is that a combination of the two last names, or?
No, that's just my last name.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
So yeah, when we got married, when we first started our Instagram, it was when Ben meets Shy or Boy meets Shy. But when we got married, I changed it to the Pulver Family, especially that when we have a son. So now it's literally our family.
Oh, so, okay, your name on the social media was different before.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So we kind of.
All right, so tell us. Yeah, so tell us, how did you guys meet? What was the meeting point for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was on, what was it called?
Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, Plenty of Fish. So an app, dating app. And I'm pretty sure I messaged you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it was just, regular conversation, everyday type stuff. And it slowly, I kept it on the app for a little bit. And then I think we went to another, just like texting app type thing.
We went to Facebook. Yeah, we went to Facebook, and then I gave him my number.
Yeah. And then but then we still lived about 4 or 5 hours away. I'm from upstate New York. She's from Long Island. So, we got to a point where we would go see each other. We take the bus, little ride, and just go hang out for the weekend. Or the first time she just came for the day.
Yeah.
And,
so, how far were you from each other?
We were 4 hours away. So I was closer to the city, and he was upstate New York, where it's really cold.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So, how long have you been together so far?
We've been together going 5 years in November, 2 years married.
Oh,
okay.
That's cool.
And how long were you in that situation, like living in different
the long distance relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was almost a year.
Basically, yeah.
It was a year. He got a job, and then I said, okay, you're going to South Carolina, I'll go with you. And I found myself here, and then he's a teacher, and I always found myself working with children. So then I'm now getting my master's to become a special ed teacher. So now we're both in the special ed. Well, he's in physical education, PE. I'm in special ed, but we're in the school district now. So life is great, holidays and everything.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
We are also teachers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you guys teach?
Okay, so there's absolutely.
So we teach English here in Ecuador.
Nice.
So there's this question here. I'm going to shoot it out so you can see. It's actually from a friend. She's in a very similar situation because she's dating a guy from the US. She's Ecuadorian, and I know because of the name.
Well, they are married already.
Yeah, they're actually married. Yeah. So she's asking specifically because of the name. So I don't know if you can see that in Spanish. So she's saying, is it that there's a rule that says you can't change the name, or is it optional if you want to change the last name?
To take your husband's last name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely optional. When we sat down to do our marriage license, I had the option to either keep my last name, do Delva/Pulver, or just be Pulver. I decided to just be Pulver, especially when I have, more children. That, when I go to school, they'd be like, yes, I'm the mother.
yeah.
Of course.
True. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Yeah. It's related to my first question. So, how was what was the reaction from your family, your friends, and relative when they heard you two were dating? Was there any special reaction, or was it just okay, whatever?
Want to go with your family?
It was pretty much that, just, hey, if that's who you want to speak to, then they don't care. So that was good. It made it easy.
Yeah. In my family, it's very
Oh, Giovanni.
I said it.
He also wants to speak.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, Giovanni.
In my family, it's very diverse. We have a lot of different cultures in my family. So it was, hey, okay, it was just normal for my family.
Oh, wow, that's.
Okay.
I think like Ben said, that must have made it way easier for you guys.
Yes. Yeah. There
Yeah,
was
wow, that's.
issues. It was as long. My mom definitely said, as long as he makes you happy, that's all she really cares about. And the same thing that my dad said as well.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow, that's really,
So,
that's huge
for
support.
me, before I had, spoken to Siobhan, she wasn't the only person who's, black or whatever you want to say that I had spoken to. So my parents already kind of knew that's kind of what I was
You're
in.
perfect.
So, but yeah, so yeah.
Wow, that's
So yeah, let me
that.
ask them something. So had you ever dated before? In your case, being a black girl or a white boy
non-black girl.
before, or not? Or was it the first time?
Are you asking me?
Mhm.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you broke up.
She
Oh,
asked you.
yeah, no. There have been some before, but she
Yeah.
is.
So for me, I mean I dated outside my religion. I dated other ethnicities as well, but he is the first Caucasian guy that I'm actually in a relationship with and actually married.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Well, that brings me to our next question, right? So it's about skin color, right? So has the skin color ever been like a preference for you, like whenever you're dating? Has it ever been a factor for you while dating, or do you don't really care about the skin color, you look at the personality, the heart? I don't know.
You.
I mean, I get what you're saying, and that is true. Everyone is a person when it comes down to it. It doesn't matter what they look like. But I mean, I know for me, I've always found myself more drawn to someone with brown skin versus white skin. And I mean, I can't explain that. It's just how I ended up being. So, um,
For me, it was more of the person, the personality, their heart, their morals, their family values. Everything came into play when I was looking for my significant other. To me, it didn't matter what color, what race. It was just as long as you had a good family behind you, you had good morals, you had a good personality, you were funny, then you
Yeah.
were. As long as the person was a guy, hey, you're my type.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think that's very, very important and crucial as for why dating. I don't know why we're making it too much of a big deal.
Yeah.
Looking at the outside. Sometimes someone might really look all that nice from the outside, but then from the inside, he or she is, not really right for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sorry, I'm looking down because I have some questions.
We have a question.
Okay.
From
John Rodriguez, and it's in English, so you can guys
Okay.
understand this.
So what about the culture? What culture do they want to teach their baby? Do they have any preference about the culture for the baby? That's a cool one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll let you go with that.
I mean, being my family is Haitian. They come from Haiti. Teaching him about everything that I grew up with, values, culture, discipline, everything like that. I definitely want to pass it down to him. Also, the language, even if it's not that he's very fluent in the language, because I'm not as fluent in Haitian Creole at all.
Creole, yeah.
But as long as
but maybe your family.
Yeah, as long as he could understand, if I said, shoe in Creole, he would understand to go and get his shoes, like the small thing.
Yeah.
Sit down. He knows, okay, sit down. So yeah, that's my goal. So he can kind of continue passing on the culture to his children and so on and so on.
Oh, that's cool. How about Ben?
No, I really want that to be part of him, part of her, everything that her family, has in their knowledge. I want him to absorb that, because I mean, to be honest, like my culture is like pretty like I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like, nothing really.
Yeah.
To be honest, so I mean, it's all about him understanding, recognizing, and just keeping the fact that I am half Haitian, so and I want him to always put that out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot this out. I think you might recognize who this is. I don't know, but
Yes, that's my sister.
Uh,
Hey,
oh, oh, wow, that's cool. That's cool. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So my next question it's on prejudice and well stereotypes in general. So, could you kindly talk to us about the typical or the typical stereotype you have there in your particular town or in the US in
Country.
general, regarding interracial relations.
What are the most common prejudices there about interracial relationships?
So, I guess I'll start. When I first was packing up my stuff, my mom always said, you know, be careful because you are going south. And, you know, when you kind of think of
Yeah.
history, the South is a little bit more prejudiced. You think of segregation and things like that. When we actually moved down here and then he got into the school system, he said that he saw so many mixed race children. And even when we walked
Wow.
around, there were a lot of other mixed race couples out here as well. I've noticed a lot of people, because I'm aware of my surroundings, that, you know, give us dirty looks and stare at us, but never a time that anybody has come up to us together and said,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Was
That's
there,
nice. That's
there
nice.
was the one time I was at the park just shooting basketball,
Oh, yeah.
and I had headphones in, and some guy was over a little ways, just like kind of watching me. Some older black guy, and then he kind of walked over to the court, walked across, sat under this tree, and just kept watching me. I was the only one there shooting around, and then her and him came just because she had just finished working out, so she just came over and met me there, and I still had my headphones in. And as she walked over toward me and the guy saw that she was coming to me, she said that he said out loud, like trying to make her hear him, like, oh, I didn't expect that. And oh, that's gross or something. I forget what he said.
Yeah,
but
I forgot all about it.
Wow.
Kind of try to forget that because I felt like he was looking for me to
reaction.
react back to him.
Yeah.
And I
Mm.
didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
So I remember he was like, "Ew, that's disgusting." Oh,
Yeah.
really? That's what you want? So it was,
Wow.
you know, you're old, you're lonely, you must be bored with life.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think that's the best reaction, to not react.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was hard.
Yeah. I mean,
I wanted to say something, but it just would have been pointless. you know?
That's the crazy thing is because
Yeah.
in situations he reacts first, and then I'm the one that says no, you know. But then when we're out hanging out, I'm the loud and boisterous one, and then he's the quiet one. So it's funny to see how our personalities kind of
bond.
change really quickly.
Yeah.
There was
Wow. That's cool.
also one time when I was working with another like older black women, and when not Venus, Serena Williams announced that she was with a white guy, and it was all over everywhere, and they said, "Oh my gosh, why would she be with a white guy?" And then I said, "You know, what's wrong with it?" And then the older lady said, "So what? You have one of them at home?" I said, "I sure do." And then she told me, "So you couldn't find your own?" And I was shocked that she said that. And I literally just looked at her and said, one, he's a man. He treats me white. We have a good time. Where's the issue? And then she just left it all alone after that.
But did you know that lady or not?
No,
I mean, okay.
That was probably like the second day that I started working with her. But one thing I realized down here, the difference from the North and the South, they're very friendly down here. So they'll come up to you and they'll start a conversation like they know you forever. So she opened up and just started talking, not realizing what I, go home to, So yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's crazy though. Although I didn't have this plan, but now that you just talked about it, where do you think you get more of those reactions, like from people in general? Talking about skin color, do you think you get that from black folks or more from white folks? Those kind of reactions, the ones you just mentioned.
I think it's more of the black folks that have the more guts to say something. Whereas the Caucasian white people would just look at you, maybe whisper to the person that they're next to, and then keep moving.
Yeah.
But then the black person actually say something.
Yeah, I think what kind of
And now
quite
that
a
Yeah.
Now that
Sure.
we have him too, like if we have him in the stroller or something, you know, they'll like I'll see them looking at us as we're walking toward them, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see them kind of like do like that when we pass, so he knows.
Ben is like keeping eye, you know, like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Hey,
So we have, sorry, before you
yeah,
ask
go
them,
on.
Guido, he's asking if what is the biggest challenge you've faced so far as an interracial family? What's the biggest challenge, if there is?
I wouldn't say our biggest problem has to do anything with our differences. We just have normal couple, you know, hey, you know, where'd you go? You know those type of little arguments that you might have as a couple, misunderstandings, the communication difference, you know. I feel like I'm a girl, he's a man, we have normal arguments, has nothing to do with our skin color or anything like that.
Yeah.
So just let me translate it into Spanish because the guy asked. So, para Guido, lo que en cuanto a su pregunta, lo que han dicho es básicamente que, claro que tienen retos como familia, pero no tienen nada que ver con el color de su piel, sino que son problemas, retos que enfrentan como cualquier otra familia, cualquier otra pareja. Que el hecho de tener colores de piel diferentes no influye.
Yeah.
Eso. Okay.
Okay, so I have this.
We have a lot of questions.
Yeah, so I have this other one from this guy, John Rodriguez. Yeah, that's my friend. So yeah, he says, how do you manage? Yeah, so how do you manage to teach your son 2 different languages?
Right now to speak English, but with small little items like his pacifier in Creole is called seesaw. So I might say it in the different language, so then he now knows, okay, that's a seesaw. My pacifier is also a pacifier, but also a seesaw. So you start off in English, and then you kind of slip in the Creole word or the different language, but then you kind of go make sure he knows both pacifier, seesaw type of. So that's how I do it right now. It's just keep going back and forth, so he knows the English word and then the Creole word at the same time.
Yeah, you keep on mentioning Creole. I know it's very Haitian, but how about French? I think French also is in Haiti.
I know my mom's watching. My mom did not teach me French at all. In my family, it was always Creole was the main language that was spoken in my family. When my mom was in Haiti, she did learn French through the school system, but when she went home, it was always Haitian Creole. So all I learned, my grandmother, she speaks English and Creole, so she would just the language that was taught.
Okay.
Okay. So Shai, so this question is for you, right? So it's obvious, of course, you already have a son. So could you please walk us through, more or less like what the support or rejection was that you got from both families during pregnancy? Was there any, or was it all support?
It was all support. I think definitely with our differences, everybody was wondering, I wonder what he's gonna look like. I wonder what he's gonna look like. I wonder what he's gonna look like. But it was all support. He is the first grandchild. So from my mom to his mom, his dad, my grandmother, his grandmother, they were just all excited for him just to be here. And they literally love this child so much. They spoil him like no tomorrow. So it was all support.
Okay. Wow. So, I think your sister left a comment.
Right.
No, I have to address this one. The funny thing, with my
Okay.
mom, I never really knew my mom actually spoke French, until she actually went to France, and then she told me how she sat down and was translating the TV show for my cousin. I'm like, wait,
Did you speak
you
French?
know French? Yes. So then I pulled out the three little bears the three little pigs in
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
French. And she
Okay.
literally read the whole thing and translated the whole thing. I said, oh no, you did me wrong.
Oh,
Wow.
I
That,
think
that's
you had also a question related to
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
baby.
yeah. So the other question was about prior to the birth of your son, was there any, now from the both of you, of course, was there any preference to his skin color? For example, I don't know, like Shy, you were like, oh, I just wish he was like this, and Ben was like, oh, me, I just wish he had this, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, we had those conversations,
Yeah.
just like for fun, just kind of
Yeah.
guessing, making bets. We both wanted him. We're very, very, happy with exactly how he is. He's awesome. But, we both were kind of like, oh, I hope he's like nice and brown.
Brown, yeah.
And I know I definitely wanted his hair to be nice and curly, but
Curly,
it's
yeah.
getting there. But it is what it is. However he turns out is awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Exactly, but we definitely wanted him to be a little bit more brown. We wanted his hair to be a little bit more, tighter curls, but
Yeah.
He'll tan really well, though, so I'll be jealous of that.
yeah. But we're
Oh.
happy, what we have.
Yeah.
Wow. And so how about online comment? Because I see, Shai, you're very active online. Maybe Ben not so much, but yeah. So how do you handle like negative comments?
If you receive them.
If you receive any, yeah.
Yeah, we get a couple here and there.
Yes, we do get a couple here and there. I think I have built a better backbone for the negative comments because I had my own YouTube where I have like almost close to 19,000 people over there. So I receive a lot of hate comments over there and I just delete. Sometimes I do want to say something, but my mom goes, it's not worth it. But are you sure?
No,
Are you
it's not.
sure? No.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I understand you because I feel the same. But at the end of the day, if you start,
it never ends.
Yeah.
Like it's more like you give them space to like I just feel, I think I said this before, but I feel people are bolder when they're behind the comment section, like when they're behind but when we see in person, I don't know, they just melt away, So I
think at the beginning, for me at least, whenever we received one of those comments, oh my God, I took them very personally. But I think with time, you just learn how to deal with them.
Brush it
To
off.
not pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're definitely going to have those kind of people, and not necessarily because of skin color. You're going to have negative people everywhere. Even just for you drinking water, you used to have somebody being negative about that. So I don't know. I like what you said. Like you built a very strong backbone to it. So I think that's the best reaction to it.
Sometimes I do want to say something. I do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Because
absolutely. For example, I remember this very, very well because, for example, with my girlfriend, I tell her, "Oh no, there's no need to do that." I become very preachy and all of that, and like highly enlightened kind of thing. And then the next minute you see me, I'm, I'm trying to. So it's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so
let wait.
All right.
I wanted maybe that question should have been asked before, but just out of curiosity, I wanted to know when you decided to have a YouTube channel, Instagram, what was the purpose of it? Why do you keep on with Instagram? Do you have any
Is it
specific
TikTok?
TikTok? Do you have any specific goals or I don't know?
when I first started, because I had to do a lot of talking to him. I'm like, come on, let's do it. Because I had my own personal, but when we started to kind of build something together, it wasn't like, oh, I should continue doing my own thing. I think we should do something together. So I did the Instagram first because at first there wasn't a lot of interracial people that were actually posting. I started in 2018, like the early 2018, and there were some out there, but I wanted to kind of share our journey and who we were on there. Now there's so many people that kind of flooded in, but that's the reason why I started it, just so they can share our journey. We can share our journey, and I love to take pictures, so
Okay.
kind of like post it, and then from there, people were asking for us to do a YouTube channel. So then I did some more talking to him, and we actually did our first one, which it was the interracial tag, so people can kind of get us to know us more. And it, you know, our YouTube kind of blew up a little bit really fast, which was a couple of months that we started, but he's
What
still
happened?
comfortable in front of the camera, where I'm
Yeah.
more comfortable in front of the camera and talking, and he's still uncomfortable. So I didn't want to continue putting him in an uncomfortable position. So I said, you know, I'll try to get what I can from you. So if he likes, he'll take pictures. Hey, we'll take some pictures. TikTok is very similar to YouTube. I just don't have to do all the editing.
TikTok is
Yeah.
1 minute max, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I love TikTok. TikTok is something that I like to do as much as I can. He's annoyed by it. But I kind of leave YouTube alone, and I'm going towards TikTok now.
Wow, that's cool. So there's this cool comment here. I don't know. I don't know this guy, but says, thanks for helping me to overcome some thoughts in my mind. I don't know what that thought might be, but it's good to know.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's good to know. Berenjeno. All right. do you know why she's laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because of the name the person has, berenjeno. It means eggplant.
But that isn't it berenjena.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
But berenjeno, I hope you don't take it. It's no offense. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
No.
It's just that the name made me laugh. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah. So the next one here is So I don't know, but you tell us, right? Like your parents, for example, Shai, they're not in a mixed relationship, are they? Oh, and how about Ben?
Nope.
All right. So our next question now is going by the experiences you saw living with them. What would you say is the difference, if there's any though? What would you say is the difference between let's say a normal relationship and an interracial relationship? Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't see the difference at all, to be honest with you, because you know my parents, they have they have a blast together. They sit down, they watch basketball, they argue like normal couples do. But in my experience growing up, it was just what I see us go through, what my parents go through was a normal relationship.
Yeah.
I do agree.
I mean, I guess all I can think of is the only difference, between us versus, my parents or her parents is just, again, with the social media, that age is so different from what they're used to. But, with the social media comes with, like we spoke about, these negative comments. That's really the only thing that I could think of where if I was black or if she was white, we probably wouldn't get things like that. But it is what it is,
You were going to say something, right?
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I forgot because I was. Someone is writing.
You want
Comments.
you can explain.
Yeah, let
Someone
me
says,
explain something in Spanish.
Okay.
Para Joel, Caicedo, George, solamente aclarar, tal vez llegaron un poquito tarde. Esta primera en vivo que estamos teniendo de conversaciones mixtas es en inglés, ya que la familia que tenemos son de los Estados Unidos. Pero igualmente hemos adelantado antes que para próximas en vivo que vamos a tener van a ser también en español. Entonces, si quieren, si tal vez tienen preguntas que hacerles, las pueden hacer en español y nosotros les traducimos a ellos y luego su respuesta la traducimos igualmente.
Así es.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, basically it was about I think.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So basically, she was telling some of the viewers who were saying they didn't understand anything we were saying. So she just explained to them why this is the way it is. All right. So yes. So now
maybe you can ask them that question. What is the most?
Yeah. So what it says? What's the most misunderstood concept about mixed relationship? What do you, in your opinion, what do you think is this concept that it's widely over misunderstood?
Okay, I'll go first. Because there was, I think, several comments, other couple pictures I received where one person said, "Oh man, I wish a black one." It was a black man. He said, "Man, I wish a black woman would treat black men like this because I was holding Ben a certain way." And I'm thinking like, I don't understand why people think that when people date outside of their race or their ethnicity, that they be that person better. You know, it's that's the understood conception of interracial marriage, that a lot of people think that just because he is Caucasian white, that I'm treating him way better than if I dated, you know, my ex-boyfriend that was black. No, it's I treat him good because he treats me good, you know?
Yeah.
So that was that misunderstanding thing that people think just because we date outside our race that we treat that person way better than we would have treated somebody in our ethnicity. So
yeah.
Okay.
How about Ben?
I've got nothing on that one, to be honest.
All right. You gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, so my next question is, what would you say is or are the advantages and probably disadvantages of being in a mixed relationship or marriage?
Ben?
So you're saying, what are the positives or possible negatives? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Advantages, disadvantages.
I mean, really, for him, maybe is that he gets to experience, you know, different, and he kind of, as he's growing up, he can hopefully be able to fit in with everybody, you know, and won't, you know, again, not that you know schools are segregated and but you know, I work in a high school, and you know, you do see, you know, some of the black girls, they hang out together, and some of the white girls hang out together, because I work at a predominantly African American school. So I mean, I do see the little groupings based on, you know, just how they look, but you know, for him, hopefully he's able to fit in with everybody.
I think the only probably disadvantage when we first were talking about children is with everything that's going on here in America. I remember I told Ben, or I asked Ben, you know, I think one of the issues that we're going to have is how can you teach our son how to be black in America? And that was one of my concerns, because, you know, no matter what he looks like and whoever his father or his mother is, I feel like a lot of people would just look at him and say, "Oh, you're black," you know, that's it. Because, you know, when you about the one drop rule here in America. That was my one main concern is with growing up and with everything that's going on here in America right now.
Yeah. So there's this question. This guy, he says, Ita says, I think he translated it directly. Yeah. So he says, if you would like to visit Ecuador anytime soon, or maybe in the far future.
So we have like Europe on our trip to do a Caribbean islands. I think on our list, South America was gonna be maybe like the third place we were gonna start. We were gonna start in like Brazil, and then kind of our way down to see all the other countries.
Yeah.
My best friend, she actually stayed, I think maybe like 3 months in Argentina, where she was actually learning Spanish.
Okay.
Took beautiful pictures, so there's nothing but beauty around this whole world. That we'll probably have
You were in Argentina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please translate.
Yeah, let me translate. So, Ita,
Hola, Ita.
¿Cómo estás? Si tal vez no entendiste lo que dijeron, han comentado que no han viajado todavía a Ecuador, pero sí tienen una lista de lugares a los que les gustaría visitar y Sudamérica está en su tercer lugar. Ya quieren empezar por Brasil y seguir viajando. Pero bueno, por el momento todavía no.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, is there any particular thing that you would want people in general to know about your relationship, like mixed relationship, that you think people don't know already?
I think our Instagram Pulver Family kind of really does speak for itself. We're just two people that, we have a good time together. We have fun together. We go through hard times together. We go through fun times together. So I want to try to do a little bit more video so people could see our personality on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think through everything you can kind of see, our personality and everything.
All right. So someone is asking for a shout out. I don't know if it's from us or from you guys. So
No.
George, I don't know who this guy
Hi,
is.
George. YT.
All right. And there's another guy from the UK.
Hi,
I think he's living in the UK. So.
Hi, Carlos. Hola, Carlos. Saludos desde Ecuador.
All right. You want to ask the next question?
I wanted to ask. I don't really know how to put my words, but I wanted to know if all this George Floyd situation that just happened in the US, has it? I don't know how to ask.
Has it affected?
Yeah, has it affected you, or how have things developed there in the place where you are living?
With regards to mixed relationship, right?
Yeah, with Black people living there.
Maybe there haven't been any protests or any of the looting stuff that was going on in some areas here. Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are upset about it, but I mean, unfortunately, this is something that's been going on, too long, and we could go on and on about that topic. I'm sure you guys should do. It just is just wrong on so many levels how these police officers treat these people just based off just pure looks and just assuming things. And again, this topic could go on for hours.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's quite interesting to know. At least from the way you sound, you have a very positive outlook at things, and it's kind of rewarding and refreshing as well at the same time, because I mean, to be in the midst of I think you are in the middle of the whole thing, right? Like with this whole racial situation, so to speak. Whereas we're in Ecuador, and probably we're not really receiving the heat as much as you guys do in the US, but still you have this positive outlook, and also the way you look at it. It's for me it's refreshing actually. Yeah, I mean I don't sense, for example, like Ben is not furious, neither is shy, but you're more. I mean, you look at it from a very much more, I would say, matured perspective, which is cool.
Yeah. Do you know, I wanted to ask you, because, for example, for us, well, in Ecuador, there's also a big Black community. There are Afro-Ecuatorianos. But, for example, in Spain, it's not that common to see interracial couples. So whenever I hear experiences from interracial couples living in the US that they go through what you said, stares or bad comments. I mean, for me, it's still surprising because I guess in the United States there are thousands of interracial couples. I can understand that happening, for example, in Spain. People are still not get used to it, but in the US, I mean, it's it should be normal everywhere, but there even more.
But when you really think about it, or when you kind of like go back to a couple that kind of changed the game for all interracial couples here in America, the Lovings versus when you really think about it, you're like, oh, 50 years ago, that seems so long, but it's really not that long ago, you know? It's really not, because I'm thinking like, man, 50 is such a long time ago, but then my mom is in her 50s, so it's like, and my mom looks great for her age, and you don't, you know, it's just like 53 years ago is not that long ago. So you can see that, man, that like back in the 60s, they had that much of a problem. And I don't know if you guys actually watched the movie, we did, and just to see the lengths they had to go through just to stay together.
Lovins, you mean? The movie Lovins, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've not, but I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a movie. It's a really good movie to actually understand the real situation of what interracial couples went through 50 years ago. You know, they got married, they had their plaque on the wall, and they still in Virginia bust down their door and put them in jail because they were like, you guys should not be together at all. So it's just really shocking to know, man, that is really not that long ago, you know. Martin Luther King was really not that long ago, you know. So when you really think about it, when you open the textbook, you're like, oh man, it's such a long time ago, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah. Actually, go on. Actually,
do you know? Yeah, do you know other interracial couples? I mean, close to you. Do you have friends that are in interracial couples as well?
Yes, my cousin. She's actually her fiance. They are in interracial couples. Two of my best friends that live in Switzerland, they are mixed. So I have a lot of interracial friends. I also made a lot of interracial friends on Instagram. That's one thing I love about social media. But, you know, us, we're just a couple, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Something else. It just some questions.
Go ahead.
Pop up. So did you have, because it happened to me, when we started dating, I felt somehow I didn't really know how to tell my parents. I don't know if you at some point felt in the same, if you at some point didn't know how to tell your parents that your boyfriend or girlfriend was black, or not.
I guess like kind of in my family tree, you know, like my grandmother, she is biracial, her parents were biracial. So coming like all, you know, my grandmother's father was biracial. So in my family itself, there are a lot of different cultures, a lot of different skin colors. So when I brought Ben home to, you know, introduce to my mom, my dad, it was like, oh, hey, Ben, you sure my daughter's good? That was
that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
In my family, it's just such a big melting pot already that it's really not
super nice.
Wow. All right.
What about Ben's?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, true.
I mean, like I said before, it really was zero issue, no concern. Like, as long as if this is what I want to do. I mean, really, at times I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And if my parents did care, honestly, I wouldn't have cared. I would have did what I wanted to do and spoke to whoever I wanted to be honest. But luckily, you know, it was the opposite. They didn't really mean anything. It's just, oh, she's a girl. Okay, cool. Like, you know.
to be very honest, I was scared to actually meet her because it's like, I hope they love me. I hope they accept me.
Of course.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
let me
well,
shoot out some of his comments so everybody can see it. So this
Yeah.
is from the same guy that asked the question if you were visiting Ecuador. And
so you are very welcome
yeah,
if you come visit.
I don't know the 4 words. What does that mean? I think he translated it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Cuatro mundos.
Because they have the coast, the highlands, the Amazons, and the Galapagos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what he means.
So there's another one here.
John Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, yeah. Says great match. He has a spark.
I think he's talking about chai.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And so we got this from Berekeno. So here's what he says. Love and kindness goes beyond skin colors, religion, nationalities, and aliens. Oh, from Colombia.
Oh, amen,
cool.
Berenjeno.
Thank you very much, Berheno.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we've got this, Erika Palacios. You both make a beautiful couple, virtual hug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting all pure love here, right? That's cool. Nice.
Okay.
So we still have about like 10 more minutes. So let's see. Yeah, you want to ask the next question?
You go.
All right. So this question says if you've ever faced any kind of discrimination.
But they already talked about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah, absolutely.
never together, only separately.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And the next one here is, what are the most common questions you get asked regarding your relationship?
Most questions. I don't think
You don't.
They more so
I-
make a comment. They
Yeah.
wouldn't. They don't normally ask anything. They just.
No, they do. They would always ask, "Do you have a friend?
Oh
Do you know anybody? Because I want to date someone that is of your skin color." It's just like, no, all my friends are taken, or my friends don't live in America. So, so that's the most that kind of we get asked, but we never get asked about our relationship as being different at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
No, I think we wrote down that question because I sometimes get asked the same kind of questions. Oh, you are with a black guy because, well, it's not, they don't even ask. They just tell me why I'm with him. They know better than me why I'm with him, right?
But like in the comments, you mean?
Yeah, or even sometimes friends, not many times, but from the comments, you feel what they mean.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's always the same comments, same questions. That's why we asked that question.
I mean, I think also that's a huge role, say stereotype has played in people's minds, so they just have this view of what a black man should, do or look like.
Black people, they're exotic, right? And
yeah, I mean all those blah 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 things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing personally I've learned, not just from this, rather from life in itself, is to always look at things from a positive point of view, right? Because if not, you're going to be frowning all through your life, right?
Yeah.
Like you just want to live a normal life, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if, for example, if you guys have any questions you want to ask us, because we also like to make it a bit more interactive. I know we wanted to ask you more because you're our guest, but I don't know if you've got any questions in particular that you'd like to ask us before we end the session.
Well, I want to know, how did you guys meet?
Interesting, right? You want to go?
No, you are more fluent. You explain it.
No. Well, actually, we met here in Ecuador. So the thing is, we came here through. Well, you already know we teach English, right? Or work. So there was this Ecuadorian program. It was actually a voluntary program at the time. And back then, or before coming to Ecuador, I was in Venezuela, and I'm pretty sure you've heard or read things about it. Okay, so the country is really messed up right now. Unfortunately, it's a very nice place, incredible people, but just bad government. So I was there at the time, and then I got this opportunity to come work as a voluntary English teacher.
Mhm.
At the time, I had something going on for Colombia. I wanted to move to Colombia at the time, but things didn't work out the way I had planned it. So I was like, okay, so let's take Ecuador.
Yeah.
And then I came to Ecuador. She also came into the country with the same program. And how crazy the whole thing goes, right? We met in a hostel.
Yeah, because so we were volunteers from many different countries, and we were all hosted in the same
hostel.
Yeah. So you can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in that hostel, we had, I think there are more than 30 people from different countries. And one thing led to another, the spa, the physical attraction, of course, and then the emotional attraction, everything, built up. And well, we actually met in the capital, which is Quito. But right now we're not in the capital, we're in another city, it's called Machala. So how did we end up here? Yeah. Funny enough, yes, she was sent to Machala
to work in a school. So that organization, they sent us to specific schools.
Yeah. So I was initially sent to a school with, I don't know how to explain this, but
in a different city.
No, it's the same province here. It's province. I don't know if that makes sense for you guys, but it's like a state.
Or the same state.
Okay, so in the same province, but different cantons.
Different city
or different towns. You would say. All right. So then I was going to go there. But then something happened.
Last minute
changes. They just call me. They say, "Hey, we're sorry, you're not going there anymore. We're sending you down to Machala, where she is." Right. So that was how we ended up here and started building our relationship and all of that. Yeah. So we've been together
almost 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years now.
Okay.
And do you guys plan in Ecuador? Do you guys plan on traveling somewhere else to teach English, going back to Spain?
We plan to go to Spain, and we've tried to go to Spain, but it's been difficult for Obi to get a visa.
Okay.
Yeah, because his Nigerian passport is not very powerful when it comes to traveling.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So we are trying to solve all of that. But then coronavirus came and we are kind of stuck.
Yeah, but just to make things clear, just in case our Ecuadorian friends are watching, I mean, we love Ecuador. Ecuador is an incredible place. It's been our home for the past 3 years. Of course, we love it. I mean, just that our intention really is not to stay here for a very long time, because people kind of misunderstand things, and then they say, "Why do you want to leave? The country's so nice and beautiful," this kind of things. But
I want to be closer to my family.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course
closer to Nigeria.
Well. because imagine from Spain to Nigeria is like 300 euros, right?
Oh, that's easy.
Whereas if I'm flying from here to Nigeria, it's costing me more than 1,500. So it's
the difference is
easy.
Yeah. So either way, it's a win-win for the both of us. So yes. All right.
Okay.
The pool farm.
Yeah.
No, the Pulver Family.
So maybe we can give them.
Yeah. So we're going to give you this space so you can interact with the people here.
If you want to.
Yeah. You can just talk to them. Yeah. Right. A minute. All right. Okay. So we're leaving this.
We want to thank everybody that came in to watch, to learn a little bit more about us. If you guys want to continue following our journey, please follow us at Pulver Fam on Instagram, Pulver Fam on TikTok. I also have a Twitter where we can talk even more on Twitter and on YouTube, when maybe we can start going back on YouTube.
Maybe.
Yeah. So make sure you guys follow us everywhere. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So guys, we've come to the end of this segment.
Just first, before, so we are going to say goodbye, but before we say goodbye to you, thank you very much, first of all, for accepting our invitation to have this
Yeah.
great conversation. It's been really, personally for me, really exciting, really nice.
And enlightening for me as well.
Mhm. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome,
problem.
guys. You're very welcome. Thanks for having us
Okay.
out. This is something that I always wanted to do, so I appreciate you guys coming to ask us to do this.
You're
Oh,
very welcome as well.
all right.
Okay.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for those of you that stayed until the end of this transmission. We're very happy that you joined. We're very happy that you interacted with us and asked your questions. We're hoping to to get better with this. Remember, this is our first time. We're hoping to expand it, to get more people, to get more interaction between ourselves, guests, and of course the viewers. So thank you very much.
Ok, en español ya por fin, para todas esas personas que han estado un poco perdidas, muchísimas gracias a todos por estar en nuestro primer en vivo. La verdad que, bueno, ha sido la primera experiencia y poco a poco vamos aprendiendo. De nuevo, anunciar que vamos a intentar tener un en vivo todas las semanas. Igualmente, les vamos en nuestras redes sociales, les anunciamos el próximo en vivo y vamos a tener, por supuesto, entrevistas en español. Así que si conocen parejas interesantes a las que podríamos interesar y que entren dentro de la categoría de mixtas por raza, religión, nacionalidad, idioma, por favor, no duden en hacernos llegar. Y eso es todo. Muchísimas gracias y seguimos viéndonos en YouTube, en Instagram.
Y en Facebook.
Ajá.
Bueno,
hasta entonces. Saludos. Muchas gracias por la interacción a todos, por los mensajes, los comentarios que habéis dejado.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Bye bye.
Chao, chao.
Thank you very much.
All right.